Hey guys, welcome back to another Meaningful Monday. I'm Drew B. Harlow, and I'm happy to be here after a great weekend. It was a little hot, but it was fun. It was nice to be back out in social sports. I'm part of a couple different sports leagues, social sports leagues, and we got back out there to play some football and softball yesterday, and it was a blast. It was nice to get a run again. I'm a lot slower than I was pre-pandemic, but we'll work on that, right? Um, but no, I think it's great to be back. And kind of things kind of opening up again. I know there's a lot of fear with the Delta variant and all stuff's going on right now with these anti-vaxxers, and hopefully things will settle down over time. But today I want to talk to you guys about something that's been meaningful for me coming up in the last few weeks with a couple of different clients, and that's the idea of coaching and how coaches are in context. So what I mean by that is you have insert context coach, like life coach, business coach, leadership coach, executive coach, spiritual coach, sales coach. You have all these different kinds of coaches out there. And I think there's a lot of confusion between what is a coach versus what is a teacher or trainer. And people tend to attach the word coach to the end of things to make it fit the narrative. And it doesn't mean that they're necessarily a coach. They could be a trainer. For example, a lot of the folks that I work with on a couple different companies on different things, and some of the folks who do sales coaching, they're actually sales trainers, right? Life coaches, the ones who are actually know what they're doing and certified or qualified to be life coaches, are actually coaches, right? And what the difference is there? What does that mean to be a coach? And what it means is when you're doing a training is about behavior change. It's about adding a new behavior to your repertoire and being able to use that effectively. For example, you would say to someone, okay, here's a behavior you want to do as a salesperson, right? You would say, okay, you want to be able to sell this way. You want to be able to convey clearly what's going on with here. You want to talk to the client's potential client and appeal to their sense of what their need actually is, understand what their need properly is, right? What is their real need behind the need that they think that they have, and really go for that and really help to serve them, right? That's a behavior, right? But where coaching lives, and coaching can involve some training. I don't want to say that they're totally distinct, but coaching can involve some level of training, some level of advice. It's not really advice, but more kind of guidance in certain ways or observations that can help create awareness in a client. But it really is about that, creating awareness. And when you think about things in terms of a ladder, you have behaviors here, right? And behaviors influence results. You do a behavior, you get a result. You do the same behavior, ideally you get the same result, right? If you want a new result, change the behavior. So over here, you have a new behavior, will get you a new result. Now that's easy when you're told what behavior is what you want to do. When someone's telling you clearly, this is a behavior you need to do, you need to start doing this instead of that in this particular situation. That's an easy one. That's a very easy sell in that situation. But if you don't know what the behavior is you need to do, then how do you do that? How do you iterate on that behavior? If you don't know why you're doing that behavior, if you don't understand what's underneath that behavior. And that's where you get into the beliefs and values up here, the stories around that behavior. So the stories are what drive the behavior, and that drives the results in turn. Coaching lives here, the beliefs, the values, the stories. Where does this behavior come from? This pattern of behavior comes from a certain place. If you think about it in terms of different contexts, a coach can call themselves a life coach, they can call themselves a business coach or executive coach. But if they're working in the beliefs and values, they're working in your entire life. They're working on you as a person, and they're changing those values or understanding those values and figuring out what those values and beliefs are. They're changing the stories, helping you to change the beliefs in such a way that actually helps you and helps you be able to create more meaningful, more results-oriented behaviors for yourself on your own. A coach's job long-term is to be not needed, right? In general, I mean, there's coaches who work for a number of years with someone, and then that's fine because they're working on different things, different ideas, right? Helping them to change different values, change different things, and kind of being that sounding board over time. But when you're talking about changing someone's beliefs and someone's values, understanding who they are, why they do what they do, that's really where the money is made. That's in terms of like that person's life. That's really where the difference is made. Because that person, you can give them all the behavior, you can give all the advice you want. Oh yeah, do this, not that. Cool. They go off, they do that thing. Maybe they get the results they want. But then what happens with the next scenario, which is not exactly the same as that scenario? How do they actually change there? You don't necessarily know. Take, for example, someone who believes in their minds that asking for help, this is a core belief, not context development, right? They believe in their minds that asking for help means that they're burdening other people, that they're being needy, or that they're not independent and that they're not good enough, right? They attach their worthiness to not needing help. Now, this is a belief that person has, and they may not even actually understand they have that belief, but they just don't want to ask for help. Now, the way this manifests at work, they take on a lot of work for themselves. They don't delegate anything. They take as much as possible. They never say no when they're asked to do extra work. And what's the result of that? The result is that they're overworked, they're exhausted, they're burned out, they're tired as hell. They don't know what the heck to do with their time because they don't have any time, right? Now, at the same person at home, they're not going to take on additional work per se. They're not getting work assignments. They're not delegating. They're not going to delegate work at home. But what happens at home? They don't ask for help in terms of how they're feeling. They don't talk about how they're feeling if they're having a bad day or having a rough time, right? They're doing something at home that thing that they're doing, they're never going to ask for help for anything, right? They're not going to call external people like plumbers or those kind of things. They try to do self-fixing themselves because they need to be the person who does it. Why would I call someone else so I can do it myself, right? And that's going to lead to detachment also because they don't let anyone else help them. They don't let their wife or husband help them. They don't let their kids help them. They don't let their family help them if they're going through a rough time or not. That also can lead to burnout. It can lead to depression. It can lead to all kinds of other issues. But those are all symptoms of that larger or more contained central issue of, I believe asking for help is bad because X. And that's the belief. That's where coaches work, is in that belief, in that core belief that drives all these other behaviors. Now, as isolate each one of those behaviors in different contexts. How many pieces of advice would you need to have to cover all those behaviors, right? Versus if you change that one belief, suddenly everything opens up. Suddenly home life changes, work life changes, business life changes, personal life, everything changes. All your beliefs change because their values change. Your idea of the story that you're telling yourself changes. So naturally your behaviors will change. I've gotten a lot of feedback from clients that like, oh my God, you helped me. I'm a business coach and executive coach. I don't call myself a life coach, but I've had countless clients tell me that the work we've done together has changed their entire life, not just their business or work life, but also their home life, their relationship with their spouses, their relationship with their kids or with their parents. That's a natural effect when you change someone's core stories that they're telling themselves that are limiting them and they don't even know it's happening. So when you're talking to different people, when you're talking about coaching in general, understand that there's a difference between training and coaching. Training is adding skills, adding a new approach or a new behavior for yourself. Coaching is understanding the why behind these things. Why are you doing the behaviors you're doing right now? And why are new behaviors harder for you to adopt? Another easy example is weight loss. Everyone knows as long as you don't have a medical condition, which some people do, but barring a medical situation, if you eat healthy and stay relatively active, you are going to be able to lose weight and be healthy, right? But if you're not able to do those behaviors for whatever reason, if you have a core belief that any of those behaviors, those healthy behaviors, are bad for you in any kind of way, it doesn't have to be true, these stories. But if any one of those beliefs exists in your core, you will not do those behaviors. And no matter how much someone yells at you or makes you feel like crap or makes you feel like whatever, like, why should you do this? Or, I'm holding you accountable. That story doesn't change. If you don't change that story, the behavior is not going to change, not in a long-term way. So when you change the behavior, when you understand why you're doing the certain things you're doing and why you're not doing certain things you're not doing, then you can change the behavior and make effective change. So think about yourself right now. Think about behaviors you want to do differently. If there are such things for yourself, things that you've been trying to do that you're not able to do. What's holding you back? What's the belief underneath that belief? And it may come down to helping to understand that by talking to somebody about it. But there's a belief there. I can almost guarantee you there's a belief there that you hold that's not necessarily true. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But you have a belief, a story you're telling yourself that's holding you back. So take a look at that for yourself and understand where that comes from. So that's today's Meaningful Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you do have questions, please feel free to comment below and let me know if you have questions. If you like the video, do hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with someone who might enjoy this or might be valuable to them. And like I said, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys want to see, what more content you guys want to see. If there's topics you want to cover, scenarios, I'm happy to talk to those as well. But yeah, I will see you guys on Thursday. We're doing a live stream again with Naheed for Chat with Coaches, and I'll look forward to that. But take care, guys. Have a great week. Enjoy yourselves. If you're in the DC area, it is storming right now, so stay safe and drive safe. My dog is curled up at my feet because he's scared of the storms. So take care of your dogs, take care of your pets, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.